Yes, people, and welcome back to the Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Lot to talk about, but please, when you're coming in, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you are new. And thank you for those people that are subscribed in the past days. Really appreciate it. Big up to Anne. How you doing? Yeah, it's all good. A lot to talk about today. The weekend fallout. Man United yet again in the news. They just cannot keep themselves out of the news. We're going to be discussing all things football, and just really enjoy the show tonight. Get your interaction from the chat. Obviously, there are a few games on tonight in the Carabao Cup. I think Liverpool are involved against Bournemouth away, Arsenal away to West Ham, and Big D's at home as usual to Newcastle, last year's finalists. They meet up again. We'll see what happens there. I know Newcastle have got a lot of injuries. Also, Man United have got a lot of injuries, but not only injuries, they've got a lot of problems on the field and off the field as well. And funny enough, my niece sent me a WhatsApp on our family WhatsApp, and they were interviewing a West Ham fan, and I couldn't believe it was my nephew on there. So I don't know what he had to say because I couldn't really hear. So I'm going to try and see if I can find the recording later on and see what he had to say. Hopefully, it would have been some good, nice things about Mr. Decky Rice. But yeah, he was being interviewed today on Sky Sports TV. But anyway, listen, enough of the chat. Again, as I say, please hit that like button and subscribe and share if you're new. I'm going to now just bring in the panel and bring in Mr. Big D and Mr. Kofi Klopp. Ez and Chili might not be with us tonight. They might jump on a bit later, depending on their work commitments. I know Chili's probably still out in the cotton fields doing what the master has to do, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens. I haven't heard anything from JP, but listen, we still progress with the show. The show must go on, people. The show must go on. And before we commence into the show, let me, first of all, go around the table as we do normally every week. And I'll start off with Big D. Green and gold. Get out. Was it? Until this club is sold up. What's the saying, D? What's the rhyme? What's the nursery rhyme?
It's supposed to be green and gold, but the club ain't getting sold.
You seem to be I don't know. You're sitting there now thinking, mate, what is happening with my club? But it is what it is.
Listen, maybe no, but I can't be fazed by that. Got way too much other priorities going on to be fazed by them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know what it does? It lets you allow them to mash up your weekend every single weekend. So, yeah, I can't do that anymore. I just watch it, whatever happens, switch it off and go do something more entertaining. You know what I mean? So it's all good, man. That's how it has to be for now. Yes, I'm big up yourself, man.
Sometimes you got to go through the fire, bro.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly, man. So, yeah. But yeah, apart from that, no, we good, man. You know,
that's all right. That's all right. And the family's okay as well.
Yeah, they're getting there. You know what I mean? Whatever, what we just talking about backstage and stuff. But yeah. Apart from that, yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
Cool. Mr. Kofi Klopp, what you saying? Yes. I know you haven't been with us for a couple of weeks. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Last week I was on the roads. It was a long trip, so I couldn't really get on. Went to Cornwall.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, nice little break. Was it a little break away?
Yeah, a little break just to take my mind away from a few things, health and everything like that. So it was good. It was a good trip.
I mean, you certainly won't be taking your mind for Liverpool because they're doing quite well in the league right now. And
well, you know, we're unstoppable right now. We're coming for Tottenham. Where are the boys? Where are the Cottonfield boys?
Yeah, man, I need to come from the field and defend that.
You got to take your hat. Listen, you got to take your hat off to Tottenham. Look, they're still unbeaten, top of the league. Away to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace just didn't offer nothing, and they come out winners yet again. And we will be going into tonight's program. As I said, want to try and bash through this as quick as possible because I think my game is on TV. I think I might be wrong. Yeah. So just sorry about that. I just want to hopefully get through as much as this. But listen, sometimes when it comes to the Man United thing, man, that might take the whole show up. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, on tonight's show, as usual, we will be talking about the football Premier Review player ratings over the last weekend that's gone. We're also going to look at some contentious decisions in Ref Watch. Also, one of our topics here tonight, a very hot topic, hot off the press, as they all say, is Eric Ten Hag a fraud, as the fans call for his head. Chelsea freeze the magic number, and we're not talking about your previous sponsor. And lastly, the what's going on prediction results, game week 10, and the what's going on fantasy prem shout out, which will be done by Big D. Big up to Craig, Arsenal starting 11.
Craig.
We've got Ramsdale in goal, White, Chichenko, Kivior, Gabriel, Georgina, Havertz, Vieira, Trossard, Nketiah, Nelson. Okay, interesting. We'll see. Are you able to see what's West Ham's lineup? Are they put out a strong lineup? It'd be nice if you could put that on the screen as well. See who we're faced up against. Hopefully, this is a cup that I really want to win. We've not won this in donkey's years. And last season we decided to throw it away. Going out, I think it was at home I think we lost to, I think it was Brighton. I might be wrong, but we went out of that competition. I seriously want to win this competition. Listen, Man City is out. Newcastle obviously are playing. Man United
talking tonight. Like that, Norms.
Say that again, mate.
I'm surprised you're talking like that, Norms.
Why are you saying that? Why?
You should be aiming higher.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think that's one of the cups that I think we should be going for. We shouldn't be, saying we've got bigger fish to fry and whatnot. We need a trophy. Listen, at the end of the day, people will remember for what you won. Even though Man United had a bad season, say relatively, they had a half decent season because they came third and won the Carabao Cup. Yeah, this season has been a bit of a train crash. But it would be nice to pick up a trophy, and that's one of the trophies that we haven't won in a long time. And we always field a weakened side, so I'm hoping that this ain't the case tonight. In terms of our approach to the game, I want to win. I want to win this. You know what I mean? It gives momentum. It gives momentum to the club. Look, Man City. Look how many times they won it. Do you know
I'm about to say that, though. But this is the joke. When Pep wins it, it's cool. When everyone else wins it, it's trash.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I ain't doing that, man. We won it.
You won it last year. Not last year, the year before, Cove. Didn't you?
Yeah. We did. I mean, it's a trophy at the end of the day. I
know people call it a tin pot trophy, but
it's a trip to Wembley, mate.
Exactly.
The trip to Wembley, bragging rights for that day.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people seem to forget there's only 4 things all our teams can win, You know what I mean? And so you got 4 options, and so if you win 1 out of them 4, it's not an awful season.
Exactly.
It shows you that you can be consistent in the cup rather than consistent in the league.
You look at Spurs, who are doing really well this season, but
they still ain't won that, no.
No, what I'm trying to say, they haven't won anything, and I'm just going to go back to the Carabao Cup. They fielded a weakened side against Fulham, go away to Fulham and lose that game. Now that's 1 cup less, 2 cups to go because they're not in Champions League. So the only thing they got to play for is the FA Cup and the Premier League. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we have to see how the season pans out for them. Was he out till December? Oh, this is madness. This is absolute madness. I'm also hearing that Partey might be out until Christmas as well. Absolute joke. And this is why in the summer, we should have went out and got a striker. Because listen, at the end of the day, Eddie Nketiah gets an hat-trick against Sheffield United, and well done to him. All 3 goals were fantastic. But is he going to be consistent enough to, do that, season in, season out? Jesus is going to be a big miss, and that means he's going to miss the Liverpool game. By the looks of it, if he's going to be out till December, or it depends on what part of December he's going to come back. So you know what I'm saying? So it's looking a little bit peaked there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we need to seriously be looking at and he's saying Partey is out till January, and that's another training ground thing. Listen, Partey, when he played for Atletico Madrid, in the how many years that he played for Atletico Madrid, I think you could probably count on one hand the amount of time he was injured. He's now missed over 50 games since he's played for Arsenal with injury.
Yeah, no, but a player that age, right, you have to manage him better. He doesn't need to be doing... You remember how Tottenham managed Ledley King? Right? Like, forget about compact training, swimming, ride the speed bike, keep your stamina up, and do a little bit of light training on Friday before the Saturday game. And he should come on that pitch and have very good games for Tottenham. After a certain point, you got to say, nah, I don't want him doing all this stuff with the first team. Just keep him fit. That way he's not pulling things. Even if it means that he stays in the warm and does some warm training rather than getting wet. And, you know what I mean? You got to manage them older players better, man. He's getting way too many injuries. I
mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, the injuries that he's picked up. And I think come the summer, if we don't get rid of him in January, come the summer, he'll definitely be gone. Because you just can't go through a season, you know what I mean? And the worst thing about this is if we get an injury to Rice, Declan, then it's all over, because then you've got a midfield of Jorginho, Rice, Jorginho, El Nene, and Havertz. Not good at all. Do you know what I'm going to say? So it's a little bit peak now.
They got to work on that, though. They got to work on that. Just manage him better. It can't be that hard.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, because even with the Jesus injury, I mean, when he came out after the game, the Seville game, he was sort of saying, "Oh, you know, the impression you gave it was only going to be a couple of weeks. Now we're talking till December now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks now, it's turned into nearly 2 months. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But if you know what they do now, if you know what these managers do, right? They convince the player to play injured. This is what we did with Martinez. He played him injured in pre-season, and then you start him. When in pre-season, you should say, right, go get the up. Go get the up, and we'll have to figure it out till you get back. Now, he's out. And it's like, just stupid. Because the manager, like, he's all about protecting his job rather than doing right by the player's longevity. Because you can't have players playing with injuries, taking cortisone injections and all that nonsense. You can't. Them days have to be over.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a possibility that Arteta could play Trossard up front?
Yeah, I mean, he's done it before. I don't know what is it that he doesn't trust about him. Do you know what I mean? Because when he's come on, he's done really well for us. When he started, he's done okay for us. I mean, there was a couple of games where he didn't play at his best, but, you know, ever since he's come to Arsenal, he's been one of our best players. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why is it that he doesn't, I don't know if that's the right word to say, trust him or what, but at the end of the day, you know, I think now he has to use him now. This is his chance to come in now and use him, because he can play right across that front three. So we'll have to just see how Arteta, you know, does this one. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously now Eddie Nketiah is going to be the main man. Yeah. And Trossard, it's almost like Trossard now is the secondary striker behind Eddie now.
But Eddie just showed you, Norm. He just showed us. He
showed us, and I mean, let's talk about that game. And that was,
it's in the big games. It's in the big games.
I know.
It's the big games. It's the big games.
I'm bantering, mate. I'm bantering. Honestly, I'm bantering.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, it's Sheffield United. You only have to do what's put in front of you. Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, if he didn't score against them, then people will be at him. And if he scores again, people are still at him because they're only saying it's only Sheffield United.
That's what I'm saying. But this is the thing. You guys put 5 past them.
Yeah.
Newcastle put 8 past them.
You put 2 past them.
We struggled to beat them, brother.
Listen,
struggled to beat them. So
it's like, you know, Tottenham just found a way to beat them at their place. Do you know what I mean? Winning it in injury time, and the way they celebrate, you would have thought they won the World Cup or something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, listen, I'll take my up to Eddie Nketiah getting a lovely hat-trick. And the thing is, he had the chance to be one of only 4 players to score 4 goals in one game, because obviously when we got the penalty, he gave the ball to Vieira. Do you know what I mean?
That was a little strange.
you know, that's fair enough.
I suppose he was like, well, I got my hat-trick, so I'm good. I got the ball.
He would have joined, you know, the likes of Henry, a Sharvin. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, you know, listen, at the end of the day, he put the team first, and
he's probably going to regret that, no?
He probably will.
I suppose after the game as well. After the game,
listen,
somebody would have told him that, wouldn't they? No.
Let's hope that this hat-trick gives him a bit of confidence. You know what I mean? Because as I say, all 3 goals were very good. It did take a bit of time to break down Sheffield United, because obviously the first 26 minutes or so, you know what I mean, they put 10 men behind the ball. You know, my kids were at the game actually as well. So, you know, my daughter was actually nearly pitch side, and my son was kind of more up in the heavens, so he could get a peripheral view of the game. But you know, as the game took a bit of time. You know, it was a bit of a ball fest first half. Got the goal, nice assists from Declan Rice, and a nice little turn in the box to beat the previous defender that used to play for us, Austin Trusty. You know, he wrong foots him, and Judy puts it in the back of the net. We're going 1-0, and then second half, literally the floodgates open, and the 3 goals. I mean, his third goal, you know what I mean, outside the box, absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean? I think it was an assist from, I think he got the ball off of ESR, and that twist, pivot, turn, bang, straight there. Just the way he took the ball and hit it first time, thought fantastic. And then obviously Vieira coming on, getting the penalty, and then Tomiyasu getting that 5th goal, which I was pleased with. That's his first Premier League goal for Arsenal. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So we run out 5-0 winners. Sheffield United are properly doomed. You know, they've 1 point in 10 games. They've conceded 27 goals, 27 or 29 goals. Do you know what I mean? So they're looking absolutely doomed. And I don't know how they're going to get out.
Yeah, they've got a -22 now. Goal difference, -22.
Yeah. So it's a bit of
it's actually over for them after 10 games, isn't it? Which is kind of wild to say that.
100%.
There's you can't come back from that. 1 point in 10 games in the Premier League. I don't think you can come back from that.
Yeah.
Proper miracle if they did.
You know what I mean? So so that game, I'm having trouble getting up the games because my One Football app seems to be playing.
Yeah. I was just trying that as well, Norm. It's not having it.
It's not having
I don't know what's going on there.
Having it at the moment, so I can't even remember.
Right, here you go, Norm. Friday evening, Sellers Park, Crystal Palace, Tottenham.
Okay. Is that come back up now? Is it come back?
No. I've gone onto another app.
Okay, if you can then call them games out, then
Friday the 27th was Sellers Park, Tottenham 2, Palace 1. And here we go. I'm getting up the goal scorers. I woo for Palace, and then we had Stong and Ward for. Not Ward.
Well, no, Ward. He scored an own goal. He scored an own goal, wasn't
it? Yeah, own goal Ward. Yeah. But you know what they put it over Tottenham's side rather than put Ward on Palace's side. That confused me then. Yeah. 2-1. Yeah.
I mean, for the first, as I said, half, you know, Palace pretty much kept them contained, but had most of the chances. But then obviously the own goal.
That was in the 53rd minute, though.
And then the Son got the other goal. Was it Son got the other goal?
Yeah. Son scored in the 60th minute. So
was an assist? Is that another assist from Maddison?
I think it was. It's not showing it. Yeah, I think it was though. Yeah,
another assist in it.
Yeah.
Just to sort of quickly change the subject. I don't know if you saw this this mad thing that happened with that ice hockey player. The Sheffield.
Was that today?
No, this happened a couple of days ago. So what happened? There was a freak accident. Police are investigating it, but it was a freak accident. They had to obviously send the Sheffield. I can't remember the name of the ice hockey team, Sheffield something, whatever.
Okay.
He's the blade in it slit his throat.
Oh.
Wow. And they rushed him off to hospital. They called it. The players went round him and everything. You know what I mean? They had to send the fans home and everything. They took him to hospital and died. from his injuries. Only 26 years old.
Yeah, he probably a major artery there, more than likely. Wow.
You know what I mean? So again, thoughts out to Adam Johnson's family, friends. You know what I mean?
Missed that one. Yeah,
you go out one day, you go to play, and this happens. You know what I mean? Absolutely crazy. Big up, Calvin. What you saying, brother?
Yes, Calvin, my guy.
Yes, so okay, the games have come back now, so I can.
You got it. Okay.
I can see them. So Tottenham, come out 2-1 winners, still unbeaten. And when will they lose a game? That is the big question. Calvin, when is your team gonna lose a game? Yeah. You know what I mean? You're looking good at the top at the moment, but there's going to be a couple of tricky games coming up. So obviously, got a big game coming up this Monday where you play at home to Chelsea. And we will be talking about the Chelsea game because obviously losing to Brentford at home, and then you're going to Tottenham. Well, we'll see what happens there. But
Tottenham haven't really got too many of the big teams left, have they? Or they got City?
No, they've still got City. I mean, in terms of playing away, obviously they played us away. They've still got to come to you. They've still got to come to Man U.
In the second half of
yeah.
But up until Christmas,
ESR's injured again. I tell you, this is just getting ridiculous. I think this is why he just doesn't get a look in. Do you know? This is why he
can't keep getting injured like that, innit?
This is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Because I thought, just going back to that, what do you say the team thing was? What do you say the team thing was?
Yeah, I think Craig put it in the chat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, for you guys.
Yeah, where was it? He put it in.
You guys have a lineup of Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Gabriel. White, Havertz, Jorginho, Vieira, Trossard, and Nketiah, Nelson.
So listen, this is it, and obviously we got a massive game away at Newcastle on Saturday evening as well. I mean they've got their injury concerns as well. They've got quite a few players out as well, but this is the problem. And going into the Christmas period where the games come thick and fast, that's just going to be absolutely crazy. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Can tell you, mate, but I think the main challengers are Man City and Liverpool. So you don't think Arsenal are going to be challengers then, Calvin? Yeah, are you saying we're not that fluid team no more? Do you know what I mean?
From a Tottenham perspective.
He's probably saying it from a Tottenham perspective, you know what I'm saying? The Tottenham haters and all that, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, let's carry on with the games. Burnley I go away to Bournemouth. I'm getting a little bit worried about Vincent Kompany here now. I think Burnley actually went 1-0 up in that game. Bournemouth equalised, and then Philip Billing, I think, chipped the keeper on the 76th minute to make it 2-1. And then Burnley had a chance to equalise, or they put the ball in the back of the net. And there was also another contentious thing about a handball situation that Kompany was arguing about, because he was saying that it took something like, it was some ridiculous.
Like 6 minutes to get it right.
You know what I mean?
VAR, about 6 minutes long.
You know what I mean? And yet they go and check that. And in there was saying the reason why it took so long because they felt that there was an handball also involved in that as well. Don't get it. And then there was a clear handball in the dying minutes of the game, and VAR didn't bother to look at it or check it. So this is the frustration coming from Vincent Kompany. But
he was human though.
I mean, he's 10 games in. He's sitting. I think they're sitting second from bottom. What are your thoughts quickly on Burnley and Vincent? Do you think that these guys will stick with him, or do you think he may get the chop? Do you think they'll feel the pressure, or is it a case of they go down, they'll get the parachute payment, and then come back up. What are your thoughts on that quickly, gentlemen?
They got to give it time. They have to give him time. It's a big step up, like coming into the Premier League for him. And it's going to be tough. Like, you can't really put too much expectation, even though, because he's totally transformed the way they play. So
but playing like that,
and he hasn't spent as well, guys. He hasn't spent much money.
No, playing like that in the Championship, he hasn't spent much money. He's able to play that kind of game, but come the Premier League, you can't. You've got to change your game because you don't get many chances in the Premier League, and if you don't take your chances, you will get a good team will be ruthless, and they'll put you to bed. So it is a bit of a worry, but so you feel that the owners are going to probably give him a chance? Do you think?
Yeah, they have to. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, Kofi, does it? If you fire him when you haven't given him any money to spend, I'm not sure what you expect him to do. If you fire him, then it's very short-sighted, because I think he's a good coach. And even the way he's trying to play, people are saying they're playing to open. But at least,
and that's what I'm trying to say. He needs to maybe because he keeps coming out, him and his assistant manager. I can't remember the assistant manager's name, but they come out and basically, I think it's Craig, the ex-Man City player. He used to play for Newcastle as well.
I forget his name.
Craig. You know what I'm talking about. Craig Bellamy.
Bellamy, that's it.
I think he's his assistant. They basically come out and said, "Listen, it will come, but listen, we're 10 games in, and when you look at the table where they're sitting, they're currently on 4 points with a goal difference of minus 17. Do you know what I mean? So I think they've won one game and drawn one and lost the rest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's looking a little bit peak for him, but hopefully, as you said, is because maybe the fact that he didn't get the money to buy the players, but at the same time he's got to be he has to be a bit cute when it comes to the style of football. He's going to have to change it up a bit rather than going in there going gun ho, because it looked good in the Championship because no team could live with him. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
But when you come to the Premier League, you're playing against Premier League players. A lot of those players in that team, barring a couple that used to be in that team and played in the Premier League, are Championship players.
But then I think that game by game, there has to be those little tactical switches in terms of teams that you play that you're going to get maybe a defensive game out of the team or an offensive game out of that team. So he kind of has to learn those tactical switches a bit more as a manager.
I mean, he'll probably listen. He'll probably turn out to be. I mean, look what he did with Burnley. Because remember under Sean Dyche, the type of football that they played was Dyche football.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible.
So when he took over that, when he left Belgium. I think it was Anderlecht that he was managing at the time. Yeah. He's come to the Burnley and he's totally changed the way they play football. It's like free flowing football, especially when you was watching him in the Championship. There's absolutely no team could live with them. Do you know what I'm saying? But then, as you said, they've made that transition, promoted to the Premier League. But you know what I mean? They're getting found out really, really quick. So it's a case of, yes, you're saying it's going to come, but how long? Do you know what I mean? Because, the sort of teams that you're going to really be needing to pick up points up against, is the likes of Bournemouth. You know what I mean? And that manager was under. I mean, I think if that manager for Bournemouth had lost that game, I think he was looking to head to the exit. I think they were looking to give him the chop, but he's got to stay of reprieve. Bournemouth, again, they play tonight. At home to you guys, Kofi in the Carabao Cup. I don't even know what. Just quickly, what's the team that they fielded for you guys?
Who
for Liverpool?
Liverpool. Yeah.
Is it lots of changes, or they've gone with a relatively strong side?
I'm just looking right now. we are playing. We've got Kelleher, who usually is our sub goalie. Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Matip, Gomez, Jones, Endo, Elliott. Oh, we're playing Salah, Gappo, Slobosai.
Okay, well that's the end of Bournemouth then. You know what I mean? That's the end of Bournemouth. You know what I mean? So
Salah played in this game, surprising to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Nunez gets another chance.
Yeah, he actually should be playing Salah in this game, should he? Really.
Yeah.
But
and I'm not saying that he's gonna get injured, but you know what I mean. You're just thinking, can he? You know, if that does happen, do you know what I mean? If he pulls a hamstring, you know, on this cold, wet, windy night.
I mean, Salah during the season has been very durable. So, but I mean, he's very durable.
But for you lot though, Kofi, you've got way too many attacking options to play.
Yeah, it's unnecessary to put.
Isn't it? It's like.
Just go back to a comment here from Calvin, who was saying that Bournemouth have made an embarrassing. I was really upset about that when they sacked him, because he took them guys from the doldrum last season. You know what I mean? You know, they nearly went down, and Gary O'Neill, who's now currently playing his trade at Wolverhampton and doing a very good job with Wolverhampton, playing Gary O'Neill style football. You know what I'm going to say? With I would say better players. Because obviously the previous manager for Wolverhampton couldn't get the best out of that team. I mean, Neto, who's now currently gone down, pulled an hamstring in that game against Newcastle, which we're going to move on to now, where it ended up being a 2-2 draw. Newcastle taking the lead. I think Callum Wilson getting both goals. Getting both goals. It was a bit of a calamity. The goal for the first one, where Pope, I don't know what he was doing, missed. I think he tried to make out that he got fouled when he didn't. I think he collided with one of his players or whatever. And Callum Wilson does a little kind of overhead kick and makes it 1-0. And then Mario Lemina, Pedro Neto, who, as I said, fantastic player, someone that we would love to get in our side. You know, but now he's picked up a hamstring injury. Very quick. The guy, he's got some pace on him, absolutely pacey. You know, he gets the equaliser in the 36th minute. And then in the 45th minute, which this, again, I don't know if anybody saw the penalty for this one, where the South Korean, I can't pronounce his name, I think is it Ha Wang Chi? He went to clear the ball, so it's in his area, and the ball is by his foot. So he's gone to clear it, and as he's gone to clear it, I can't remember who if it was Shah or Dan Burner. One, I think it might be Shah. As he's gone to kick the ball, he's kicked the ground, and then Shah has followed through and gone over his leg. Very soft, very soft penalty. I didn't think. I mean, Neil was not happy one bit about the whole thing. And they looked at it, and I'm thinking, you know, but from the time they go and send the guy over, you know, to the screen, then you know it's going to end up being overturned, and they get the penalty. So Callum Wilson again scores a penalty in injury time of the first half to make it 2-1. But you know, thank God, Ha Wang, fantastic goal and assist by Chelsea.
How he can.
Yeah. What a goal. He's the South Korean. Makes it 2-2. And the game ends up being a draw at 2-2, which was, I think, was a fair enough result at the end when you look at it in the context of the game. I think it was a fair result at the end of the day. So that was the Newcastle Wolverhampton game, and then we moved to because I don't know whether Ez is going to be on. I've just seen a voicemail on the What's Going On podcast chat from Andy Chile, so I don't know if somebody wants to just mute their mic and have a quick listen to that and see what he's saying. right? But whilst you're doing that, let's move on to the Chelsea game. And in my one of my talking points for this show tonight is Chelsea 3 is the magic number. I'm not talking about their sponsor. And as you know, Brentford went to Chelsea. And as you can see from the Opta Joe stats, Brentford are the first side in the Premier League history to win each of their first 3 games against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the competition. This is the only team that have done this to Chelsea, winning 3 back-to-back games, home games at Stamford Bridge. Now, Chelsea came off the back of a 2-2 draw with us. Probably one of their best games they played against us and still couldn't beat us. Now, I don't know what it is, and obviously Ez is not here to defend his team, and the whole thing about there were some things in terms of the team selection. I heard some people weren't happy with some of the team selection or lineup for that game. But which I don't know why. I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it now, and yeah, as Calvin says in the chat, Chelsea do need a number 9. Absolutely do need a number 9. But again, in terms of their stats, they had all the stats in terms of possession, in terms of shots and goal. But at the end of the day, it was Brentford who were the ones that came out 2-0 winners, and it was almost like Chelsea just ran out of ideas, couldn't break them down, and their manager had a game plan for Brentford. And I said the only team to beat Chelsea, 3 times in a row, back to back. So listen, you got to take your hat off to Thomas, Thomas Frank, in terms of his tactics and stuff like that. But what is it? What is wrong? Why, Chelsea, because they're probably one of the teams that creates one of the most chances in the league, but just can't finish their dinner. And I think there's also that mentality thing. They're young players as well. And it's almost like a kind of fair setting. And obviously the first goal, I don't know what kind of defending. I think it was the Brentford defender, Pinnock, that scored the first goal. There was no marking, came in at the back post, Bosch. And then obviously Chelsea were pushing to try and get that draw. They've pushed, Sanchez has gone up for the corner. And then, Brentford have headed it away. They go on the break, and Mopé and I think it was Mbeumo, literally pacing it down. And you can see Sanchez, he caught up with it at Mopé, and I think he tried to tackle Mopé, and I don't know, he had to sort of kind of like stop himself from bringing him down, because that meant he would have probably got sent off. I think he tried to kick the ball, and I don't know if it was Mopé that got the assist. I think it was actually. It
was Mopé.
It was Mopé. But when I was looking at the thing, it looked like Sanchez got his foot to the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? But So I don't know. But at the end of the day, they end up losing that game 2-0. Yeah. And yet again, Chelsea, shy away, because they should be beating the likes of Brentford. I don't know if Brentford is their bogey team or what, but you're at home. You've just come. Okay, yes, you ended up, chucking away, the 3 points, and then they're only getting 1 point, where you let Arsenal back into the game. But you should be beating the likes of Brentford, and they end up winning that game 2-0. What are your thoughts on that, D, on that game?
Yeah, it's again. They're not clinical. They're not clinical up front now. Very wasteful because I think the 2-0 just flatter Brentford just because of how little they had of the ball. But Brentford just made it count. You know what I mean? And it's going to be hard for him to address that. When I say hard, to address in January the striker issue, but he's going to have to. So you actually might find that Chelsea may end up just shelling the peas on
Well,
on,
they I mean, they're linked with every striker that you can see. So
I know, yeah.
I mean, Ivan Toney obviously is in the shop window. We know that. Arsenal,
Yeah.
we're looking at him. We're hearing that, 1 minute we're hearing that we're the favourites, and then
because he said
Chelsea are ahead of the game, sort of thing.
He came out and said that he likes the way Arsenal play.
Yeah.
So he said that in an interview.
He said that in a
so if Arsenal came knocking, if Arsenal came knocking,
this is the
he
problem.
would tell his agent. He would tell his agent to try and get the deal done, but then it's what Brentford
they dropped the price because there was talk about 80 million, and now they're saying that Brentford are willing to sell him for 65 mil. Well, we're chucking an Eddie Nketiah in that.
Eddie just scored a hat trick, man. You can't give it to Eddie. You can't do that now, man.
Chuck him in plus cash, and then we're good. We're all good. Yeah, Eddie, thank you very much.
But Norman, you keep Eddie for cover, then, don't you? Surely, it's going to be a long season.
But Eddie's not going to want to be then third choice. You don't keep a third choice striker on £100,000 a week wearing the number 14 shirt.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
trust the Ghana man. He's going to come through for you, man.
What I would say, guys, is that, look, at the end of the day, it was last season when Jesus got injured. And
I was about to say that, no. That's what you've got to bear in mind.
Yes, we're just talking about your team, We're talking about your team, boy. We're talking about your team. I know you're probably on your way of commuting at the moment, so I know you can't be on the show. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was saying that if you look at the history of Jesus at Arsenal, it's not good when it comes to staying fit. That's why I wouldn't get rid of Nketiah. Otherwise, you put way too much pressure on Ivan Toney to play cup games.
Yeah, you do have
Champions League, all of it.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think
you make a very good point there, D. But the thing is, I think with Eddie, I think he, is he willing to sit there and just take the cash? You know what I mean? Like some certain players, or like Cedric, is nearly putting 100,000 a week, and the man is not even in the squad. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous.
I think he gets minutes though, Norm. I think he gets decent minutes, even with Ivan Toney coming in. Yeah, I feel he still get decent minutes.
Yeah,
because you're still in every competition, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah,
yes,
at the moment. So if that's still the case, come January, Nketiah is still going to get decent minutes there, and he'll be second fiddle until. Nah, it's not that much, Craig. The 100 million.
Well, listen, look, that's what Brent. I mean, it did came out last week that they were willing. I mean, it came out. I can't remember what publication it was that they were willing to sell him for 65 million. But
because they're going to want a quick sale on them.
Yeah, I think what Brentford want. Yeah. I think what Brentford want is a bidding war. You know what I mean? I think that's what they want. Yeah. So there are going to be a number of clubs that are going to be looking at him. As I said, the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Chelsea, and the likes of Arsenal.
But they still have to replace him, though. So the longer it drags out, the later you're going to buy a striker in the window.
Yeah.
So the bidding war doesn't really help them, unless someone just comes in with a like Craig said, a mad 100 million. You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting. Well, I'm surprised you guys didn't look at him, Kofi.
Nah, we got.
I mean, you got. That's what I'm saying. You're stacked. You know what I mean? You're stacked high with attacking players. So do you know what I mean? And obviously he's a Liverpool
Salah's on form. Salah's on form.
Exactly.
Nunez is scoring. Like we've got abundance.
Yeah, Liverpool support as well. But he did, as I said, he did come out in a conversation that he does like the way Arsenal play, even though he's a Liverpool.
There's no point in coming to us if he's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, the fans will turn on him in a heartbeat if you don't. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're already in a mess.
But as I said, so I just think with Chelsea, I mean, they've got a tough run of games coming up. It would have been their chance to do something against Brentford, but it's another disappointing loss at home. And when I looked at a stat in a calendar year, guys, so if you've done it from October to now, you know that Chelsea have only won 7 games at home.
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Chelsea have only won 7 Premier League games at home. I'm not talking about all competitions. I'm just talking in the Prem in a calendar year. Ridiculous. So, and I know,
What is that since Todd coming? Since Todd?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because calendar year, isn't it? October. I mean, when did club take? When that's October 2022.
No, that's not good enough. It's
You know what I'm trying to say. So a club of that standard and the amount of money that these guys have spent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously,
and
they had Frank Lampard, obviously Potter. You know what I mean? So it's been a bit of a mad one, but you're the Chelsea, mate. You're the Chelsea. You know what I mean? So it's quite embarrassing to say the least.
But if you look at the Lampard Potter thing, like that just brings bare instability to the club, man. Just makes them unstable because you got one manager probably not playing certain players because they're players that you don't fancy, thinking that. Because I think, even when Frank stepped in his mind, he was hoping to stay, trust me. That's how he thinks.
The thing is, they should have taken a quality manager in the first place.
Exactly.
From abroad. It solves a lot of their bigger issues, long-term issues, in terms of building a team with a good spine. So that then you can then progress and say, okay, we can bring in a few young players here and there, but we've got leadership, we've got youth, because you need a good blend. And, that's what's lacking,
Yeah. Well, look, we'll see. As I said, there's a tough run of games now Chelsea have got, and they really need to pull something out of the hat. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Newcastle are in that, Man City are in there, and Tottenham. Yeah, so out of 15 points, then 5 games, how many points do we expect Chelsea to get? You know what I mean? When you look at those run of games, they're tough run of games there. And so far, if you include the 2 games that they just played, they've only got 1 point out of 6. Yeah. And then they've got another 5 tough games coming up. That's Tottenham, Newcastle in there, Man City. I think I'm trying to think. I'm trying to know whether Liverpool are in there. I can't remember, or Man U. I can't remember. But there is a tough set of games for the next 5 games that they've got leading up to Christmas. So it's going to be a bit of a mad one for them. But let's quickly move on because I've got a game that's starting in 10 minutes and plus somebody needs the laptop at 1:45. So let's just quickly move on to West Ham, who we're going to play tonight. They get surprisingly beaten by Everton, who've had a bit of a form turnaround. You know what I mean? Because I think in the start of the season, we had Everton as possibly one of the teams to go down. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting the goal away at West Ham to make it 1-0. It's not. I didn't see the game, but look, because West Ham were, they got some good players, Bowen, Kudus, you know what I mean. So it's interesting. Also, this is the Man United.
The star lineup tonight.
Okay.
Interesting lineup, boy.
Yeah. We'll come on to your team in a bit.
Yeah.
We'll come on to your team.
Cool. That's cool. No.
Come on to your team. Aston Villa 12 straight home wins now for Aston Villa. I think we play them in a couple of weeks' time as well. They win 3-1. Luton. I think there was an own goal by the goalkeeper Martinez, but again, they're just scoring up the place. There was another own goal by Tom Lockyer, and then Moussa Diaby, who he was interested in, and John McGinn. And Unai Emery is doing a fantastic job with Aston Villa, looking to cement their place in that possibly top 6. Do you know what I mean? They're currently playing in the Europa Conference League at the moment, and they're tearing that apart at the moment. I think they sit top of their league at the moment. Currently sit top of their league.
They've got that consistency and they've got a squad that they know each other. They all know each other.
Douglas Luiz is having a fantastic game. I mean, the whole team in general are playing well. So they're a team to really look out. And these teams, I mean, it's not going to be as straightforward as last season. There's more teams now vying for this top 5, top 6. You know what I mean? And at the moment, Man United sit outside of that. and Chelsea sit outside of that. And we will come on to Man United in a bit. Big up to, yes, Ash, what are you saying? Ash,
yes, Ash, my guy.
Personally saying hello to you, D.
Yes, my guy. What are you saying?
So Rashford should be rested. He's not on form, mate. Johnny Evans is playing better than Rashford and Bruno. Yeah, and just saying he's back. So Brighton won, Fulham won. Brighton are this kind of up and down team. Do you know what I mean? Like, they play good football. I didn't expect them to draw that game. I think, Kofi, you had that Brighton win that game 2-1, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought they were going to win it, but they just didn't really get over the line in that game. So
yeah. Okay, Willock, Richie, Joe Linton, and Gordon. So they're playing Gordon up front. Okay, and they've probably got Wilson on the bench. Interesting. I know they have got a lot of injuries, so that's going to be interesting. I think Man United might win this game tonight. You know what I mean? But we will see. Let's just quickly move on to Liverpool 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Pretty straightforward win. Mo Salah again get a goal in the 77th minute. Cody Gakpo. The goal was disallowed in the night. Darwin Núñez and Diego Jota. So your front three doing the business as usual.
Yeah, it was good win despite the news of Luis Diaz.
That's a bit crazy. His mum has obviously been released, but the dad's they're still looking for the father of Luis Diaz, who had been, they got kidnapped in his native country. Yeah, and I think they did a nice gesture for him on the pitch, didn't they? From what I understand.
They showed up understand. Support for him and the family. It's tough to understand why these things happen, but looks like the team are just all behind him and the fans and the club. So, we'll just say prayers. Hopefully they, I think they are. The reward is something like $40,000 or pounds. I'm not even too sure. Has sort of been put out there. And you got to remember, he's a young man, and to go through something.
Yeah, no, I mean, football is secondary when it comes to things like this. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's a madness.
It's a bit of a madness, as you say. Let's move on to Man United, the Manchester derby. I don't know if you would call this a derby, D. Terry,
for us, it was a 12-minute derby.
Yeah, let's say it was a 12-minute derby. You're absolutely right. 12-minute derby. Let me just share some sort of.
You got stats now.
Some not stats. It's more facts. You
see, he's Arsenal man. Always researching my team.
You share the stats. You share the stats.
Let me see if I get the stats.
It's just some. Listen, the question I put to you guys in our chat, and obviously for the conversation tonight, is Erik ten Hag a fraud, as fans call for his head? Now, D, I want to ask you this question because I know when he came in, you was looking at, we was going to look at Eric, we're going to look at ten Hag balling out. Some crazy things like in his post-match, like one of the things he said is that, which is a bit strange, was that he doesn't have the players to play his style of football because he sees Man United as being this kick and run kind of thing. Let me land and let me say. Not only that, he came up with some sort of strange. I thought I'd just capture some of the strange things he was saying after his match, in his post-match. That's the wrong one. It's this one. I think it's this one. Where Erik ten Hag deluded messages leaves Man United with brutal reality. Yeah, it says the Dutch manager insisted that Manchester United are on the way up, despite an alarming run of performances by this is what Miguel Delaney is reporting. Now it says the Manchester United dressing room was naturally a quiet place after the latest embarrassment. But perhaps that's for the best, judging by what Erik ten Hag said in public. He says there is an argument that his analysis of his 3-0 defeat to Man City was more concerning than the performance, that the result is after all to be expected now, part of a larger and longer term trend. The big question now is not how or why United lost, but whether Ten Hag actually believed what he said about it. That collected together was the following. First half, we had a very good game plan, and the execution was also very good. Maybe in the first 12 minutes it was, yeah? He says from chances, it was very toe-to-toe. The 3 games before we won, and the spirit is very good. Again, is this man telling lies? I think we are on the way up. Is he for real? He thinks you're on the way up. D, over to you, bro. Let me just quickly bring on Ez.
Right.
You know,
as I was running joke there, I said, big up yourself,
big up people. Big up people.
Yes, man. Big up.
I was saying, it was a 12-minute derby.
Yep.
Well, 12 to 15 minute derby, and then it's almost like the penalty, and I think the penalty was very soft, very harsh, because this was happening all game. It happens in everyone's games, and when you look at that particular incident, whoever's behind the player that they give the foul for, those 2 players literally got his whole arm wrapped around his neck, but he gave it for the tumble rather than the foul behind. So it's like, what are we doing here? Otherwise, each team's going to get at least 3 penalties a game if we're going to go by that kind of refereeing. As for Eric, there was a misunderstanding with Ten Hag in the after game. He was actually asking for post-match. He was asking for tic-tacs. He wasn't saying tactics. It was tic-tacs. But I think his English is so poor, he just kept saying tic-tacs, right? And I was like, this brother, get him off my screen. This is what he did. I made some notes. Haaland off. Haaland sub before Rashford.
Big boos going out there. Big boos going out there when that happened.
He took off Amrabat and put McSauce in the 6. Bruno starts on the right wing, right? I'm just going for my notes. He left
Varane on the bench.
Yeah. I don't know. He signs Mason Mount. Does not play him. McTominay ahead of Eriksen in a game. A game that needs legs. It's Man City. You need legs there. Lindelof, left back. When Reguilon, the left back, is sat on the bench. So if these guys are not fit, then declare them not fit, right? This is the thing. The press wasn't working. It was so easy to play for our midfield. Yet he kept telling them to press. Why? It's not working. Forget it. Like I've watched Liverpool press. I've watched Arsenal press, right? I think when you guys had Sane, Liverpool was the best pressing team in the league. Like I'd always feared it. I'd be like, I don't want to play Liverpool. They're going to press us to death. We're going to make mistakes, and they're going to get easy goals in the final.
Still justice for Mane.
Right, you know the ones.
You know the ones there. Still, man, I'm not letting it go.
Like I still want to give Ten Hag time, right? But he's making it hard for me to give him time, Norm. You know the ones? Like, because I tell you what, Norm, we sack managers too easy now. The player power always wins at Man United, right? And that has to stop, because there is a bigger picture. Now, people say, he ain't got his players, but there was a list, Norm. He's got his players, mate. He more than got his players. If you look at it, he's brought in Anthony, Haaland, Casemiro, Mount, Martinez, Onana, Malacia, Eriksen, Evans on a free, and the Fenerbahce goalkeeper. Plus the loan moves of Sabitzer, who I would have kept. I'm taking Sabitzer over the. I just am, and then he let Fred go. Fred's got legs, right? So, they said, he's on the last of his contract. Yeah, but he's got legs. Like, you're getting no money to spend. No money to spend. He spent 410 million in the 2 windows, Norm.
And don't forget Van der Beek. That's not getting a look in, you know.
And again, like Sancho, Van der Beek is personal. I don't know what's gone on there. It's personal, because you can't have Bruno and Mount stinking the joint up and Van der Beek twiddling his thumbs on the bench. He's your guy. He's your guy for Ajax.
Yep.
So that's personal for me. Whether it's falling out with his agent or falling out with him directly, something ain't right there. And so as much as I'm not yet there in Ten Hag out, because I think that's just reactionary. We were never going to beat City. Let's be realistic. I was hoping for a Desmond.
But the thing is, show some fight. There was just no
That's
fight.
what I'm saying.
First 12 minutes, and after that,
if you look at something Jamie Cameron has said, he said Brunei has gone to he's gone to Villa. You're seeing a style of play. You see how quickly Angeball has showed up at Tottenham. We've got to see a style of play at Old Trafford. Not when you spent 410 million. Like there's no hiding place for him now.
The problem is he's come out and said that they can't play the Ajax football.
Oh,
so that's what he's come out and said.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that.
That's what I'm saying. This guy doesn't think. You know what I mean?
5.
How many players?
So 6 of those players that I named, he's brought from over there. 6 of them that have already played for him previously, and Mason Mount had a loan spell with him apparently, wherever he was before.
Yeah, in Netherlands.
Right? Yeah. So you got to put Mount in there. So Mount understands the assignment as well. You got 7 players that understand the assignment in a team of 11, and you can't play Ajax football. Okay.
Unless that's an attack on
the pressures of the Premiership.
Unless that's an attack on Maguire as well, D.
Sorry?
Unless that's another attack on Maguire in terms of the high line and other bits there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But then, it's like I said a few weeks back, like Maguire has to play. You can't be playing this guy. You can't be playing this guy 200 grand a week. He plays for England, sat on the bench, and we got all them injuries at the back. You got to play him. So whether he makes mistakes, we all know he's got the bozo gene in him. You see it for England, you see it for United. And I think the best thing he did was taking the armband off him, because then it takes pressure. But then you look at the captain, he's not really captain.
Roy Keane came out and said that he needs to be stripped of that armband. He's very petulant. He was very
give it to who?
Also, well,
and that's the problem.
Give it back to Maguire. Give it back to Maguire because
no.
Because right now he's just very petulant. You've got Anthony coming off the bench, petulant.
This is what I'm saying.
You've paid nearly 80, 90 million for this player.
Lack of discipline, though.
Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and there was a simple fix to this. The simple fix was to go get Harry Kane. As much as I was bantering Chile about you can have this, and this, and 60 million, go spend a piece. Because this is what it solves, Norm. It brings you in an automatic leader. It brings you in an automatic captain. That way, you don't have to give Bruno that captain up. You bring Harry Kane in, you don't give Bruno that armband. And I'm not saying...
Why didn't you give it to Ericsson?
Because he's not going to play him enough.
If you look at the money that Bayern got Kane for, even if you add a 20 million to that, you get it. Right. Because you bought Højlund for not too far off. And then if you're gonna put right, and if you're gonna keep Mason Mount on the bench anyway, you save 60 million there, 55 million there. So surely you get Kane and then see if there's change to go and get Mount or whatever. If you're gonna bench him anyway.
Yeah. Well, and this is my thing. He was your first signing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you benched him for back-to-back games now. So that's you telling me you got it wrong.
Big games too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Big games, you're benching the guy that you went after first. Before we even addressed the David De Gea situation, you was on the Mount thing. And you remember, it was backing and forward. We're buying him, we're not buying him, we're buying him, we're not buying him. And I just thought, this is wild. But for me, Kelvin, I'm telling you, like I was bantering Chile, saying that like you can have this guy.
Yeah, we remember.
But I wanted him because I needed leadership in there. And then you don't have to scratch your head about the captain's armband. You go straight to Kane. I don't care that he just got there. I'm giving him the armband because he's already a leader. This is what we lack now. So when you see them just literally just get this, I call this dismantled FC because City was just a training game. It became a training game at Old Trafford. Are you mad? I mean, you got Sir Bobby and Kathy Ferguson already turning in their graves. Come on, man. Even for them, show some spirit against City. I'm not saying we're going to beat them, but
what about McSauce getting it?
No, he wanted him out the door. You can't give the captaincy to players that you want it gone, Norm.
Listening to all this, it sounds like one big mess. It sounds like one big mess.
It is
really
a train crash, my guy. Norm's is a train
crash.
Yeah.
I wish I could offer some advice, but bro.
And this is the thing as well. I don't see them firing him because it's a 25 million payout. 25 M's, you know.
They ain't got the money.
The Glazers don't want to pay that unless.
No.
And the only way he gets fired, if Sir Jim comes in, they'll use Sir Jim's money to pay him off. Trust me on that one.
Yeah.
They'll use the Sir Jim money to pay him off. So if Sir Jim comes in, don't be surprised if Ten Hag gets fired because there's the money for them to use. Okay, 20, it's your 25 mil. You got to go. But then where do we go? Because the only place I want to go from there is the German brother, Flick, Hansi Flick. If I ain't going for him, then allow it. Just let Ten Hag stay there because I don't want another interim. It doesn't work. This interim thing don't work. And you know what? Swallow your pride and bring Ralph Rangnick back as director of football. There you go.
Absolutely. He was talking facts.
I'm
Ralph
serious, bro.
Facts. Yeah.
Bring it. Yeah, swallow your pride. Give Ralph a call and say, Ralph, bring the black book, my guy, and come back and be director of football. Ralph's got the black book. All the players Ralph will tell us to get. These players are all doing well for other teams. Every single one of them. Ralph wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. He just came too direct for them, and they got in their feelings, so they pushed him out. But he wasn't wrong in his assessment of United and what United needed to do to stabilise his current team. He said 8 to 9 players. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And not these players that we went and got. None of them. Like the guy that went, 2 of them that went to you, Kofi. He said Gappo. Ralph said all these guys. He was like, oh my God, Ralph called all these guys out. Alvarez before he went to Man City. Ralph said Alvarez as well.
Diaz as well. Diaz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Diaz, Gappo, Alvarez. Ralph said all them mans. Everyone said Ralph don't know what he's talking about. All them mans are balling for their teams now, for other teams now. It's like just swallow your pride and give Ralph a call and say, brother, director of football yours if you want it, and bring the black book because we know you got bare contacts, young and old. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple fix, but their pride won't allow it. No, from the head up. They won't allow it. That's why they didn't sell the club to Sheikh, because the Sheikh was going to swing the axe for most of them.
I think United have got just too many egos in that team, man.
Ridiculous.
Ten Hag
and he just can't manage it. He can't seem like he can't.
Kofi,
even
they're better than what they are, Kofi. That's half the problem. Bruno and Rashford think they're world class.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not world class guys.
Yeah, the other thing as well is that the leaks, as well as your roof leaking, more leaks again are coming out. You know, they don't like his training methods, and they feel like he's been training them too hard, and loads of things. The Sancho issue, they don't like the way he's being treated, and so players are not playing for him. There's this story. I mean, it might be just for newspaper and clicks with Rashford celebrating his 26th birthday. So they leave
it was in a club. But this is what I say about Marcus, right? You're a multi-millionaire. You hire a private mansion, you do your thing. You only invite your brethren, right? No strays with their camera phones and all that, leaking pictures. He's not smart. The people around him are not smart. So for me now, I'll take him out of the team and tell him to go back and feed the kids for now, bro.
But D, as you know, I was in them spaces for about 4 hours the other day, yeah? And some of your fans were absolutely crashing it, similar to how you do regularly on here. And the truth is, you can't sack Ten Hag because
no, you can't.
Anyone you bring in, you either end up sacking him,
right?
Because
it's a culture of the club. It's a culture of the club.
You could Exactly. And until everything aligns in terms of a director of football that understands football takes, you know, a good team of management, not just the manager, but the assistant manager, the coaches, you know, and right down to your recruitment, like someone like Ralph that can say, look, this is how we want to play. And otherwise, it's a merry-go-round. It's a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
D, how can you manage egos when you're paying man 370 grand a week? Of course you can't talk about him in the press because you're paying him almost 400 grand. He's got an entitlement. Same for Rashford.
And this is why I was so against the big Rashford contract, because I said that purple patch last season isn't enough to warrant 375 for me. And I get what you guys are telling me, like, yo, that's the going rate because Saka's getting it, this one's getting it. I get it, but then you see how quickly he downs tools. Because if you look at Liverpool, right, and I admire your attacking, Kofi. But look at Liverpool. If Klopp asks a man to be an attacking a forward player to be the attacking midfielder, they just play it. They don't sulk. They just say, okay, boss, I'll sit there and I'll play that attacking midfielder rather than on the wings. And if he says, I need you to interchange, they interchange. The moment he takes Rashford off the left wing, Rashford don't want to play football anymore.
But then the thing is, the players have to believe in the system that the manager wants to play. Like week in, week out. Yeah. And if they don't have that belief, then it goes wayward.
Yeah. But do you know what, Kofi? I believe that, yeah. But what I think what Dee's even saying is, even if you don't believe in the system, you do what you're told, and you get to that level. And the truth is, Liverpool haven't always looked great, but at no point did they question Klopp. No point. And I dare them to do it. Klopp is happy to play Harvey, but what's his name? Harvey Elliott. You know, in attacking mid, right wing, gap post, strike. In fact, he had Gakpo in centre mid at one point. Kofi, Gakpo in centre mid. Do you know what I mean?
But then when you have credit from, like, Klopp had to like take everybody out and start again with the team.
You smashed it with that. You smashed it there, yeah.
And the thing is, if you look at it, you see when Ten Hag, after the first 2 games when we got smashed last season, and he just said, this ain't gonna work. But and he removed certain players that were almost like stronghold players, people like Maguire, and just benched them and said, right, I need my defenders to be able to do this. It's just a requirement. Now everyone said, he's done him dirty, he's done Harry dirty because he starts for England. Yeah, but England ain't Man United. Because the truth is, he's going to win more with Man United if Man United is a well-oiled machine than he is going to win in England. That's just the truth, no matter whether people believe that or not. But it's just levels of the lack of discipline. You see, when I played semi-pro basketball, I played as a power forward, right? Now, if our centres got into early foul trouble, he'd say, D, I need you to mark the centre. I know he's going to get shots over you, but you're strong enough to bully him out the paint and do a job on him. I didn't get in my feelings and say, no, I'm not playing centre. I played centre for the team because that's what was needed to get us over the line.
But
and that's what I like about these guys.
But then, I feel that United needs a manager that the players can really look up to, and they can't really look up to Ten Hag. Like, they need someone like Zidane to come in and say, oh, yeah, he's been at levels and he can handle like big players.
But Coach, what happens is you bring in Zidane. Zidane is not a puppet. He will tell the Glazers about themselves, and then he's going to get sacked, like Ralph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Ralph said too much in that interview, you know, D. He said too much.
Yeah, definitely.
Off with your head. Bye.
But Ed, the real fans appreciated Ralph. Trust me on that.
Yeah,
the real Man United fans are like, if you look at Rance and them guys, they all wanted Ralph to stay. Because even Rance said, he said that the moment Ralph got pushed out, he said, I knew we were doomed. Rance said it.
Wow.
When it happened, he said it on the channel. He said, you can't. He said, you bring Ten Hag in and you leave Ralph. Ralph goes upstairs. And I said, and I said in his comments, and I said, Rance, I've been saying that on our channel that my guy's got to be director of football. What did they do? Get Ralph out of there. And not only that, I think we gave Ten Hag a little bit too much power. He's not Fergie. You gave him Fergie power. Hence why some of these signings we should never have had. Mason Mount, Malacia, Anthony. We should never have these guys coming to Man United.
The thing is, Kofi's right. Kofi's dead right, yeah? But it's just that the fact is the whole structure of United is just that bad at the moment. Well, as we say at the moment, it's been the case. It's revolving door thing for you. It's not for you. Even from Jose, think about Jose run the treble. But then he spoke too much. He
By
spoke
the way,
too much.
West Ham has got a own goal by Ben White.
Oh,
Norman.
Norman, if I was on the show earlier, I was going to say, I reckon West Ham rolled over on the weekend so they can give you a hiding, you know.
No, but it's not that. We've been the stronger side. He's playing it and Ben White just edited it into his own goal.
Boy, careful West Ham at home, man.
What kind of defensive head is that? Absolutely ridiculous.
Goodness gracious.
Anyway,
have you put a strong team out, Robs?
We've still got
time. Have you put a strong team out?
Huh?
Have you put a strong team out?
Back four of because ESR is injured. You got Shevchenko, Havertz.
Yeah, can't stay fit, can he?
Well, no, guys, can we talk about that for a second? What's going on with all these injuries? Like, seriously,
there's a lot of injuries.
Look, if you look across the top few clubs, injury galore. If anything, Liverpool's the one that looks all right at the moment.
We're surviving.
But you've been quite fortunate. Yes,
at the moment they're cool. But Arsenal,
we've got Jesus out till December. We've got Partey out till January, and now ESR now is injured.
And you had Saka out for 1 or 2 games before. Martinelli was. Is he back now, Marty?
Yeah, he's back. Martinelli's back. Saka's
but then Man United's injury table looks insane. Chelsea, we've got 9 players up.
Newcastle injuries player is bad as well.
Yeah, Newcastle as well.
Yeah. We got 9 players out. Like what? Yeah, it's crazy. I think something's got to be looked at across the medical teams. You know what I mean? That's not normal. 1 or 2, 3 maybe, but 5, 6 injuries in the squad is.
And that's why I think Arteta came out and was saying that he needs a bigger squad in terms of 25-man squad, maybe a 30-man squad because with all the games are playing about. That won't be happening too soon. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? I'm just looking at WhatsApp statement there, right? And this is the thing, right? Because he plays in a league, right? He played in a league where he done bits, right? And I said this a few weeks ago about the badge being heavy, or even the stadium being too heavy for the manager, certain players, because they come in, allegedly good managers and good players come in, and then you're just like, so I look at structure for me. I say the structure's all wrong, and it just filters down.
Yeah.
And then the fans get impatient. Like if you go to a stadium every other week, and you Luke Shaw, he can't stay fit. What's that? He can't stay fit, my guy. Because really and truly, that probably should have been the ideal captain. Even though Luke Shaw shies away in games, you don't want your captain to disappear in games. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And I say, if you're going for the Harry Maguire thing, problem, you solve so many problems there. So you still bring Haaland in with Harry Kane, and Haaland learns off Harry, and Harry's his captain. It all made sense to me, but then it was too easy. That was, I think that whole thing was too easy. Yes, it's hard to deal with. It's good call when Shaw stays. When he stays fit. But because Luke Shaw, what he does, he plays himself into form when he's got proper competition for his spot. But once he gets comfortable, he normally gets injured. Once he gets comfortable, he always gets an injury. It's like, I don't get this guy. He's been in nearly 10 years, you know, guys. Wow. Luke Shaw, he's been in nearly 10 years. And you're like, come on, Luke. Like, you should be United captain now, really and truly. He should have got it before Maguire. Yeah. If the truth be known. But he was injured when Maguire got the captaincy. Again, he was injured. So it's...
there is something with English left backs though, because who's the best English left back in the country?
Wow.
English, as in national English.
Left back. English.
You see what I mean?
Trippier.
He plays on the right. He plays on the
right back.
I can't.
Because the thing is, it should be Luke Shaw. If you think about it, it should be Luke Shaw, but he can't stay fit.
It is, and that's the problem.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So do you see that crisis on the right back? On the right back, you've got choice after choice. You've got Trippier, you got Trent Arnold, Reece James, Walker. Yeah. You know what I mean? But on the left back,
Not much.
It starts and stops at Luke Shaw, and then you might look at Chilwell, but Chilwell can't play more than 5.
I was gonna say Chilwell, as well.
He can't go more. He can't go more than 7 games without an injury, hamstring or knee injury.
Right.
So actually, that left back crisis for English national is a problem. Big problem. No wonder man plays Trippier over there because he can't rely on these man.
Yeah, and if you look at the big clubs, they've all got foreigners at left back.
You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah.
Because
That's it.
For us, it's a curse, right? Because you bring in that Terrell Valencia, who was hanging out with Rashford all summer, training with Rashford in America.
Yeah, buying new chains and that. Mm-hmm.
Right. He gets injured. No one even knows what the injury is. Then you hear a few weeks ago he's gone for an operation, and you're saying, "What are we doing here?" You bring in a guy from Tottenham. Within 2 weeks, he's injured, and I'm like, "What in the world?" Now he came back, like I say, on Saturday. You have to start Reguilon. If Reguilon's fit, you have to start him at left back. Like, what are you doing? And maybe his interpreter needs to tell him that tactics is the tactics. So the tic-tacs or tactics, whatever you're saying, it looks confusing us all because. That was never
I reckon he starts him today. D.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. I did put the team in there.
Oh, you put it? Is he starting?
Yeah, he starts him today. Yeah.
Okay.
He started regular today.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you know what the thing is, Ten Hag has to ask himself and say, do we want to play this style of football and concentrate on this style of football, or play another way? Like. If they want to play counter-attacking football, just play.
That's what he's playing at the moment. He's playing counter-attack football, but they're doing a very good job of it. Do you know what I mean? As I said, Jamie Carragher came out and said it's like watching underdog football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then if he's doing that, he might as well have not bought Onana then.
I know that, but that's the problem. It doesn't make sense what he's doing. It doesn't make sense what he's doing.
And I'm hearing now that they're hinting at giving David De Gea a short-term contract while Onana's gone to play African Cup of Nations.
Do you know what? For their own pride, they shouldn't even do that, man. They shouldn't even bother.
No, for his pride, he should tell him to stick it. But he's been hanging about. Apparently, he's been out for dinner with the man's them and hanging around. Apparently, a man that rich came over to clear his own house out. Get out of here. Like, you're a multi-millionaire. You should pay a company to go in there and clear your stuff out. Put it on a container and ship it over to Spain for you. So that just tells me that their man called him and said, "Come back. Like, we'll leak some pictures with you, man's having dinner and all that." And we say, "Listen, we're concerned that Onana's going to be away for the month, and we just need some quality cover. So David's going to come back in." Don't be surprised if they do that. Like,
I won't be.
We want to try and wrap this up now. So I just want to just quickly move to the what's going on prediction league table. Just quickly do that and dear. So let me just quickly do that now.
Forgot to do the shares. Wow.
So
history
here. So as you can see from the table here, myself, Chile, and got 1 point. Colvin Ayres didn't get any points this week in game week 10. So as it stands, Chile's top of the table on 10 points, with Big D on 7, myself on 7, Kofi on 6, and Ez on 5 points. So
2-1 Chelsea versus Spurs.
Okay, that's what he's going for again. He's going for his team again. 2-1
in the kids we trust.
Please put that in your chat.
2-1
to Chelsea. In the kids we trust.
Yeah, away to Spurs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I believe it.
Son beating.
All right. Chile's waiting in the room. I'm just going to bring it on, but we are running out of time. So
look, watch him now. Monday night, Chile. You heard it.
Why are you waiting your prediction?
What are you doing, bruv? Of course, you're going to lose, mate.
Okay.
You're going to lose.
He only came on because of that. But listen, we have to wrap this show up. So
you're lucky, Chile.
If you could share the what's going on.
Hang on a minute. What's the score, Norman, tonight? Do you know?
1-0 to West Ham.
He fell in it.
I forgot. You're not in
He
this
fell in it.
competition, are you? Oh, you're not in this competition. Sorry about
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Norms, if you click on Norms, if you click onto the thing for me, Norms.
Yeah,
there we go. Right. So if you look at this guy, Richard, someone's got to rein this guy in, you know, this Richard Top brother. He's really holding his own. Him and Rice Baby. We got Dale Grady in third as well. We got my guy Phil with a solid 83 up to fourth.
Good week.
I'm tanking. Yeah, I'm tanking hard. I'm even going to go there. Jay, what's Jay saying? 85, you know. That's solid, Jay.
Good week.
Yeah, it's a good week.
What's Malcolm X?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes. So solid 85. It keeps her at bay. You know what I mean? She's keeping them two below her, staying below her, which is good. I'm looking at Ez. Where's Ez? Yeah. You went up to 9th, Ez, with a solid 69 there. Where's
good,
Kofi?
bro.
Where's
good.
Kofi up to 6th with a 79, my brethren?
I'm 6th.
Kofi. Yeah, you're 6 now, bro. Yeah.
That must be an updated one.
Yeah, for some reason, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Oh no, I'm on the wrong one. God, I'm on the wrong one. My bad. Hold on, I messed up there. Hold on. This is my other league I'm showing there. What am I doing there, bruh?
Because I checked
I'm thinking, I didn't recognize some of the names.
Too many leagues in there, my guy. Hold on. Too many leagues. 1 second there. Go back. All right. What are you doing here, bro? Fantasy. This thing is operating slow now. Don't even behave yourself, man. What are you doing that? Leaks.
I think overall I had about 590 something.
Overall.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on. Here we go, guys.
Chili's escaped today. I can't believe it. I can't believe Chili's escaped today.
How you mean?
Chili, you look. You've been waiting to be unbeaten. There you go. Look, D saved you again, Chili. D saved you again, Chili.
Yes, now we're talking.
How you mean?
Where we
right. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm looking where. Oh yeah, me and Andy have a train crash, mate. But me and Andy are 11th and 12th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you know what? Still early doors. You know what I mean? Still early doors.
It's only 10 games. We can put it back.
I'm having a nightmare this season, really and truly. You know what I mean? I actually used a wild card because I had 5 injuries, so I had to wild card. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the team would have been hopeless. So 61 wasn't
like the players that have got the most points. I'm like, I've got him.
Yeah, right.
But that's the problem. No, the problem is if you've got the same players as those that are above you, you're both going up at the same time. You can't leave.
Exactly.
You're taking 5 steps. He's taking 5 steps.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of try and find that mystery player that no one's got, and hope that they have a great week.
I was coaching a friend of mine on it and saying that. What you got to do is pick if you can pick 2 differential players that are not so popular, but start every week and maybe get a goal here and assist here. They're the players that allow you to creep up a little bit. But then the injuries are the injuries as well. You know what I mean? Where a player's doing good and then gets a yellow card in the 85th minute. You're like, bro, the game nearly done. What was that? Especially when you're winning, because now that hurts you. The yellow card hurts you points wise. So. Yeah, and then obviously leaving points on the subs bench as well, where your sub bench outscore 4 or 5 of your players. You're like, nah, man. It's criminal.
Is there someone on your bench with double figures? You feel like
you're just like what have I done here? And even this weekend, I gambled. I went with your guy Kofi, and then I went with Salah as captain, and then this one goes and gets 2 goals and an assist. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I was vexed.
See,
I was so vexed.
I thought twice about having Salah in my team, and I was like, Haaland over Salah. You get more goals out of Haaland. I'll give him captaincy. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was just saying that WhatsApp that you got to go for the differentials to get you creeping up, you know, because like you say, the core players, Knobs, most teams are going to have the core players, your Haalands, your Salahs, your Sakas, you know what I mean? It's about your goalkeepers. You're going to win it on your goalkeepers and then a midfielder that no one may not go, but then he's just quietly getting you a nice 6-7 points every week, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's very tactical. It's good. It's good fun. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's a good banter as well. But yeah, man. But yeah, your guys are running away with it, Chili. My lord, these guys are good.
Yeah, they
don't think about too much. A lot of it's to do with luck.
Yeah, but I'm looking at my guy Del Grady, and Del's got a solid 606, so he's there. He's hanging in there in third spot. So and even Phil on 603 as well. So the 600 boys, we got four guys on 600 upwards, which is good. It's a good football, man. It's good. That's good fantasy.
Oh well done. Thank you
really
for that.
At this stage, really, really good.
Yeah. Yes. 603, 606, 631, and 637. They're big scores now. That's big scores.
They are. Will they hit the 1,000 mark by Christmas? We'll see.
Should do. Yeah, should do. At that rate. Yeah, definitely. At that rate. Yeah.
But listen, people.
Who scored the own goal? It said White. That's not White, is it?
Yeah, it was White. Yeah, White.
Oh, right.
Oh, he dyed his hair white as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
So
watch the game. We look terrible, mate. So the Havertz looks terrible.
What team have you got out? I've literally I can see Ramsdale.
I'm just looking at it. You've got Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, White.
Hat-trick, Nketiah, I saw him.
He's playing up front, playing up Trossard. I think Trossard is playing. But look, we need to. We just don't look good. He's made quite a few changes, so we'll see what happens. But listen, people, I need to run. Thank you to people in the chat for staying with us. Thank you to Big D. Thank you to Chili. Thank you to Kofi Clock. Thank you to Ez who had to drop off. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. Please, we're going into game week 11. So, guys, put your predictions in the chat. I think Chili, as I said, he's going for a 2-1. All right.
There we go.
He's got it, hasn't he? Liverpool 3.
He loves
joker.
We have a bad thing from sneaking in like this.
Absolute joker, bro. The guy's a joker. So listen, Ez has gone for a 2-1 away win at Tottenham. So I think that's what he's going to put in the chat. It's entirely up to you. I'll allow you on this occasion again, Chili, if you want to do the reverse scoreline as well, like you did when you played Liverpool. You know what I mean?
How did that work out?
Well, exactly. So it might be good for you. So we'll see what happens there.
Cheating going on there.
Really appreciate it. But listen, people, please again hit that like button, subscribe and share.
Yeah, man.
And we are out of here. Take care and
take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.